Week in and week out, AEW proves that they are the best professional wrestling promotion in the world right now. We just witnessed a pay-per-view level match for free on Dynamite last night, and boy, did they bring it.
Screw the script!
Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick. Thanks for joining me this Thursday evening. Dynamite last night, it was an interesting Dynamite, a little bit different than the standard Dynamites because it had only 4 matches, 3 if you don't count the 2.5, 3-minute squash match that Kenny Omega won. But the other 3 matches were sensational. They were pay-per-view quality matches, and one in particular, which I'll get to in just a moment. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Screw the Script, what we're all about is we go against the script that says that AEW is going to fail. And there's a lot of it out there right now. A lot of people thinking that AEW is going to fail once the Paramount deal is fully enacted. But guess what? For one, that's not going to be until the end of 2027. So a year and a half away still. 2, even if that happens, we already see a fast click option on Prime for people to watch AEW. We have had their pay-per-views on Prime before. I think I've bought 3 or 4 in the past. So they could be moving over to Amazon Prime. And even if that doesn't happen, Plan C could be myAEW. As before we cover the rest of Dynamite, myAEW has added Create a Pro Wrestling and Warrior Wrestling. Both Create a Pro and Warrior Wrestling have been added to myAEW. I just covered myAEW, I believe, in my last video the other day, and how they added 4 other indie promotions. Well, there is literally 2 more. They have half a fucking dozen options outside of AEW and ROH to watch on myAEW for international fans, and it's incredible. It really, really is quite a masterpiece of a product in 6 short months. Yes, the interface could be better. They'll improve on that, just like all these other apps, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all these other things have improved over time and changed the layout to make sure that it's more suitable for all crowds, easy to access for all wrestling on the app, on the website. They'll get that cleaned up and fixed eventually. But the quality of wrestling that you get on myAEW is insane, and welcome to those 2 indie promotions to the greatest hub of pro wrestling today, myAEW. Make sure you hype this video. Hyping really helps my content. Ever since I introduced the feature a little over a month ago, about maybe 2 months ago now, I have gained 500,000 to 600,000 subscribers. It is incredible. Keep it going, you guys. I appreciate it. Back to Dynamite. Those 3 matches. You had the tag match, Bro Dito reunited. Incredible tag match. They get the win against the Death Riders. That was a shock. Then you had that fun 6-on-6 tag team match with the teams that are going to be involved in that steel cage match. Not quite sure how they're going to handle that at Forbidden Door later this month, but I trust in Tony Khan. I trust in the wrestlers to give us a damn good match in that. And we saw the heel team win. MJF ended up getting the Salt of the Earth lock on Roddy and made him tap. And then some chaos happened after the fact. That was a blast. But let's talk about the match of the fucking night. Mercedes Moné and Hazuki put on a fucking barn burner classic of a match. Oh my God. This was the best women's match on TV in 2026 so far, bar none. That was, like I said at the beginning of the video, a pay-per-view quality match. Well, the other 3 matches really were all pay-per-view quality matches, but especially that one. And at the time of this recording, it has a 9.24 on Cage Match. Yes, not a ton of ratings, but it's likely going to stay in the low 9, high 8 range. And that is definitely where it deserves to be. It's definitely already added into my list of Match of the Year contenders. I think that list is now at 16 matches halfway through the year. It'll probably eclipse 30 plus, and then I'll have quite the time narrowing it down to my Match of the Year. But this was definitely a contender. And Mercedes Moné ends up picking up the win, so she moves on to the finals. I believe we have one more women's match, Athena versus Maya World. And I'm rooting for the underdog. I want Maya World to win it. She's probably not going to win it all, obviously, but the heart, the passion that she has for what she's gone through, the hardships in this year, grinding her ass off on the roster, losing her brother. I want her to win. I don't think she's going to win. Ultimately, I feel like Mercedes is going to win, and she's going to be the one to probably beat Tekla at All In, and then we have Kairi Sane's music hit maybe. That's just a prediction there, because I think Mercedes is now kind of face. At the very least, she's a tweener. The crowd loved the match. They gave both women the applause they deserved, and it was a fucking great match. Back to my AEW really quick. I know I keep going back and forth. I forgot to mention this a minute ago. They answered a question that a lot of you have actually had in my comments. I've seen it everywhere on socials. myAEW official says yes, all the independent wrestling content on myAEW is free and available worldwide. So yes, I know that the pay-per-views and the weekly shows and Honor Club aren't free in America and Canada, but everything else is. And you just got to be patient with the app. Again, it's an infant. It's not even a year old. Tony Khan will perfect it. And I think ultimately this may become the hub for all to watch. Everything AEW and all the indie promotions that are partnered with them. Just think of what Forbidden Door can be moving forward. If you have these partnerships with all these indie promotions, Forbidden Door could be expanding beyond Stardom and CMLL and New Japan by next year. It could include wrestlers from all these other promotions. I would love to see others involved, but it's just a damn good time to be an AEW fan. Some other AEW related news: Fantastica Mania live on myAEW. There we go again. myAEW tomorrow, June 19th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Yes, it's a late one. I'll probably end up catching it actually during the weekend at some point when I can. Again, in the process of moving, so I have very little spare time. That's why these videos are a little bit shorter, but I am going to do my damn best to catch this because there is a good card there. And then you're probably either watching this, have watched it after you're watching this video, but Global Wars Cincinnati is tonight. I will be watching that, but I'm recording this prior to that starting. So I'll let you guys know what I thought about that in my next video. There's some of the matches right there. I don't know if these are all of them, but there's 5 right there. Athena and Suri for the ROH Women's World Champ. TV Championship 3-way between Andrade, AR Fox, and Leo Rush. You got LF5 versus Los Villanos. Takeshita versus Lee Johnson for the International Championship. That's, I think, going to be match of the night. That's going to fucking banger. And then you got the 8-man tag with the Lethal Twist and RPG Vice versus Mystico, Speedball, and the Outrunners. So, good card there. If that's what the whole card is, it's still going to be great ROH content for you guys to watch. Now on to some negative news, but I have to point it out because I cover pretty much all pro wrestling, even a little bit of WWE here and there. Back to TNA. A lot of stuff happened in the last 48 hours since my last video. TNA announced workforce reduction. They let go of a lot of people in the workforce. One of them was Tommy Dreamer here, and he goes on to have a comment there. You can pause if you want to read that. I'm not going to read it to save some time in this video. Sami Callihan is also gone. I mean, a mass fucking exodus in TNA. TNA might as well just change its name to Total Nonstop Ass, because that is what it's becoming. I have no clue how it's going to stay afloat. They are losing way too many pieces at such a short period of time. I genuinely don't know how they make it through 2026 without losing its TV deal, or at the very least not getting renewed. If these anti-AEW fans want to clamor about AEW possibly losing theirs, why aren't they talking about TNA? Oh, that's right, because TNA licked the boot of TKO and Triple H. All jokes aside, though, it's just completely hypocritical that they don't even mention TNA and its struggling numbers on TV ratings. The exodus, like I mentioned a minute ago, of all these people leaving, all these wrestlers leaving, and there's others that are probably going to happen later on in the year. Who are they going to have left? Where is TNA going to be by the end of 2026? And now for the DDT of this video. I have one really good one for you guys. It actually came in the comments section of my last video, the myAEW video, hyping it up because I think it is, again, the best thing in pro wrestling right now. This Greg Money 5432 had a comment that says, in again relation to that video, he says, because he's losing his TV deal, keep logging that stick, maybe he will sign you. They are not even worth 25% of what WWE is. Oh, your new place, you mean your mom's new basement. And here is my response. I said, how original. 1, you have no proof of the TV deal ending. Nobody does. 2, myAEW is doing well for fans in other countries, providing great content. 3, AEW is the second largest sports combat company globally and the third wealthiest, so they aren't going anywhere like you've probably wanted for almost 7 years now. 4, I have 3 kids, a partner, and we just got a new townhouse. Your arrogance really shows here, and people like you are why my channel exists. Thanks for stopping by. I never got a response to that, probably because he has no legit response to that. I completely cooked the dude, and all factual things as well. And this is, again, like I said in the comment in the response, people like that are reasons why this channel exists. It's not going to go away. I don't think the hate, the unnecessary hate towards AEW is ever going to go away. But here at the STS Society, all of you guys in the STS Society, and myself included, we are going to go against that. Screw the script. Screw those haters. That's all I had in this episode of Screw the Script. Let me know down below what your favorite match was of Dynamite last night. What are you looking forward to the most for the ROH Global Wars card? Are you going to be watching the CMLL show? And let me know any other comments you may have down below. As always, this has been Maverick Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.